promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add Postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
All right, it's Vincent time. The Grenadines. We got 25 minutes after 8 o'clock. And of course, you know what's happening on a Monday? We are joined by Dr. Gerald Thompson. Doc, once again, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Maka. It's life stimulated some stuff there that pushed us over into the time and so forth. Life, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that kind of thing. But I thought I would comment on an article I saw at the time. And, the owners of the various radio stations, whether it's Boom, whether it's Hot FM, whether it's any other, I was pleased, and maybe I haven't been picking up on it. I hadn't known Jules Williams to make comments, and I've been cautioned that annually he does that. Mm-hmm. But it's the first time I'm really picking on something that he said, whether it's annual or it's on a regular basis. And I thought I'd comment on, because what he said, and I want to agree with him on these particular aspects, as he acknowledged that in the current environment, people don't have to expect tomorrow or what the future brings. However, despite the chaos, he stressed that it is vital for individuals to continue planning for the future and maintaining a specific goal or purpose in life, such as owning a home by a certain age.
We actually have a clip of from when he said it yesterday. I want us to play it before you go.
Well, okay, yeah, go on. Yes.
Which one you want to play?
Play clip 2.
Clip 2. All right, so this is clip 2.
The last time I was here, I remember mentioning about planning your future is really important. You have to have a goal, a purpose in life. I remember that quite clearly. Something that you try to accomplish in life, something that you look forward to. Goals you set. I want to own every time I'm this age. I want to own a vehicle and that sort of stuff. The only thing I'd like to iterate on now is that because of the uncertainty of life, we don't know what to expect tomorrow or what the future brings. So important for me is first to learn the difference between the things that you want and the things that you need. And to accomplish the things that you want, you must stay focused on the things that you need. Things that you need is a job, food. That's what you need. Things that you want is an iPhone, a tablet. You understand? Mm-hmm. So if we could stay focused on the things that we need, then we will accomplish things that we want.
Yeah, I think great, solid advice. I want to go a little further than this. Mm-hmm. And clearly we've gone through elections that may be a factor for some in terms of uncertainty and so on. But I want to go a little further than that, because from a regional international point of view, I remember in 2009, I happened to have been in New York, and I was asked an opinion as regards whether the global financial crisis was going to affect St. Vincent. Mm. And I made an erroneous comment and say, look, I don't think it will. And at the time, it had not. But you know how we say when a big country sneezes, other countries may catch the flu, catch a cold, or whatever the case might be. Within a year, the impact of the global financial crisis on people who sent remittances, on people who lost jobs in those other countries, started to impact on the local economies. People who typically look to buy a house or continue building a house held up on those things. And there was a whole ripple effect in the banking system and trade and so forth. And I believe that what's going on now, whatever ruptures that may be taking place in CARICOM, what's taking place in terms of the buildup of military in the Caribbean and the potential conflict or the conflict between the United States and Venezuela. And all sorts of other, what are going to be the outcomes of this? Is this going to bypass a place like St. Vincent? Are we going to, continue that whole element of uncertainty and what it means to national economies versus economies, and what it means in terms of the whole dynamics of what we hear and what the disruptive nature of things, I think is going to be real. And so I am adding that as a major certainty. I mean, just a couple of days mentioned, 2 persons died in Barbados from one of the flus, right? It's not clear which type of flu it is, but influenza A, influenza B, H1N1, H3N4. I'm not really sure which one, but the fact that some persons died. Now, I don't think this is going to be a pandemic, but in your own personal life, the global economics, the national economics, and coupled with that illness and the way in which you treat yourself, or going back, whether you have the money to buy the ticket for the fete, for the all-inclusive fete, or a couple of them. And so all these things are going to come into play. And so 2026 is going to be a very interesting year. I hope that it doesn't so much disrupt our individual way of life, but Jules' comments that we should be more focused on goals, at least for this year, and not necessarily on just needs, maybe good advice, and be cautious. But however, consumer confidence, consumer spending is important for a thriving economy. If people hold back too much, then you start seeing restaurants and other things like that start to fail. But at the same time, if you're spending too much, then you individually may be the person who starts to fade and go downhill and so forth. So it's a very interesting balance.
Yeah, because we saw like a real life example of the consumer uncertainty during the pandemic, where a lot of people were like, we don't know what's going to happen if the place closed on account. Spend too crazy because I need to for myself. So then they held back from spending on things that they didn't need. And then the businesses, like as you said, the restaurants, and so they felt a squeeze. As a result, the employees of these places felt a squeeze as well. In some cases, they had to be let go or given shorter days or and then the uncertainty too. The point that you made too about focusing on a goal as opposed to like short-term wants is like, if you really and truly have a goal, if you meet an obstacle, your first thought most times like, I know where I need to get to. I had one path set out. Now I have to have a different path to get to the goal.
Important.
It helps with your line of thinking. Because you don't get so much frustrated of like, okay, I can't go this way anymore. I don't want it anymore. The goal should remain the same. So, and we could see, and you mentioned things like the regional issues with Venezuela and so right now, because a person who may have been thinking about investing in, they say, tourism-related business, they might be a bit unsure right now, because what if I make this investment and then visitors drop down tremendously because there's a war going on? right on our doorstep, you know.
And if this conflict is prolonged, you know, by any means, you know.
Yeah, because a lot of people kind of dismiss this thing as a Trinidad and Venezuela problem.
Yeah.
But it's similar so to where you would have thought back with the 2009.
Let me ask you, Maka, if you drive and the boat ride was going out into the Caribbean Sea, just as a pleasure, just to see the blue waters of the Caribbean Sea, heading west in the Panama and so forth, and they say somebody invite you to go, just on a trip for overnight trip, you'd go?
Of course.
Boy, I wonder, you know, if your boat may be moving too fast, you think there's a chance they might blow you out to the water? Probably not, eh? Probably not.
Yeah.
But
But you take that chance? I mean, the pleasure aspect of going out on a boat, and that's fine. But when I add to you that you're heading in that direction and you're going, and you may be viewed, the boat is moving too fast. You know,
I asked the captain to turn back.
Yeah, because these things are in the context of we had Trinidadians, remember the crime, one of the boats that the US blew out of the water apparently was just a fisherman on the family was expecting him back over from whenever, but the boat was blown out of the water. And this is the thing where the UN and other places have a problem with these, well, as we call, I guess we just call them what they are, extrajudicial killings.
Yeah.
Because they would say, for sake of argument, they were really involved in something illegal, say like drugs. Last time I checked, you're supposed to arrest the person and take them to means of the law.
Yeah.
And I don't think the death penalty is warranted in that case. So how are we just like, you know, willy-nilly bombing people and we're just okay with that, you know? Yeah.
Anyway, that's my commentary this morning.
All right. Anybody want to call us? It's 457-9997 if you want to make your contribution to the program or ask Doc a question. That's the number. All right. We could take a quick break and then we come back right here with the kind compliments of Flo.
This Christmas, Flo's making the season merrier when you add postpaid to internet. Unwrap a new Samsung smartphone for only $29. Plus, we're giving you 50% off your mobile bill and win even more goodies with our Spin the Wheel Christmas promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flo, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
Lane's Christmas sale explosion powers up at all Lane's locations from December the 1st to the 24th. It's 20% discount on paints, tiles, plumbing fixtures, Inco products, and Decakila appliances. Plus, we are offering you up to 60% discount on mats and rugs. But that's not all. Lane's 9 days of Christmas returns with special daily promotions and giveaways. And get ready for your Sunday shopping sensational offers. Let the countdown to Christmas begin with super savings at Lane's.
WEFM reminds and encourages the general public and users of the Kittles Beach to keep it clean at all times. Discard of all garbage properly. It is illegal to remove the sand from the beach. Let us keep the Kittles Beach and other beaches across and the Grenadines clean so that and marine life can survive. This is a message from WEFM 99.9.
Your ambition deserves the right foundation. Build it with the Sagicor Caveville School of Business and Management, University of the West Indies Caveville campus. At SCHSBM, we push past limits to unlock success. Whether you are starting with an undergraduate degree or advancing with postgraduate studies, your journey begins with a commitment to continuous growth and development. Apply now and redefine what is possible. Visit us at caveville.uwi.edu/SCHSBM to find the right program for you. You're one application away from success.
Smarter metering for smarter living. Smarter metering for smarter living.
Laying the foundation
got your back with smarter living.
Get more from your service.
No more speculations
Finlex got your back.
with smarter living.
The Finlex Smart Meter is power in your hands, delivering faster, consistent billing periods, and better service you can count on.
Finlex got your back.
With smarter living. Smarter metering for 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 smarter living.
This Old Year's Day, get ready as WEFM 99.9 present Old School at its best. Join us from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. as we keep it strictly old school. What we gonna do right here is go back. So join us as we take you back into time, playing the greatest hits from yesteryear.
Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And we are back with Activated Morning right here on WEFM 99.9 with the kind compliments of Flo and Dr. Gerald Thompson is here. Doc, someone sending a question for you on the WhatsApp.
Sure.
But before we do that, let me take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Well, this is Dave.
Yeah, you have to have the Dave today.
Come up something on ball boy. No, I don't like this here. I could be.
What was that?
Let me say, in the spirit of the season, let me wish you guys all the fruits that you all desire in terms of, and I'm not speaking about natural fruits right now, although it's important. I'm speaking about all the money you need to accumulate and that sort of thing. I know the kind of world we live in. We're fighting for money. Money. So let's have a present, in my conscious or subconscious, because with all that's going on in the world today, sometimes I wonder if we really can enjoy what nature has to offer, or what God has given us to really enjoy. But that doesn't may though. I don't know. I listen to, I'm glad to see that he's still standing after such a brutal display that played out in our recent elections. And I love to deal with the politics in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially when you can't see the bigger picture, or you can't see things from a wider perspective. That recent elections, we were at a shock in this country. I don't know if the doc had anybody to attend to, any patient that would have suffered from the result of the just held general elections. Maybe he can tell me that. But I know we are still, for some of us, we are still in a recovery. For some of us need rehabilitation after the last general elections and so on. And I have taken my licks from those who believe on this and believe on that. Well, let me say this: Dave Roberts have come to understand politics here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines for what it is worth. And I have no politician can call my name and say I worship them and I bow down and all of that sort of stuff. and beg them and all this kind of thing. No. The kind of home where I was brought up, I was never, um, I was never a part of that sort of thinking or belief and so on. So you elect a government, to serve the country. Yes, because of the system we go through, and we are divided in different political parties, and we have seen how some people behave, how arrogant and how disrespectful they behave when it comes to us. And we forget we all are flesh and blood people, right? So I am hoping that I don't know how much longer I have to live, but I am hoping before I die, I will not see that. I will not see that kind of human being. But then, who am I? Who am I? Who is Dave Roberts? I have the knack for talking about issues that I take a very critical look at, and especially where our people are concerned, and where some of them are vulnerable and being oppressed and suppressed. That's my concern. And now I'm in my wisdom years. I say my wisdom years because I've been through. I listen to all the promotion of all kind of fet and this and that, I have had my share of that. So now I'm in my wisdom years. I want to see good things happen in our country.
Everyone wants to see good things, man.
Hello?
I think everyone wants to think there's see bad things happen to their country.
Well, I don't know. You seem to, you might know better than I do, and I don't have a problem with that. Yes, it is always good. And just to quote something from the Bible, I mean, righteousness exalts a nation. I mean, I'm not a Bible scholar or the Bible, as an excuse, because people are good at quoting different scriptures to suit what they want to happen and what they believe in, etc., etc. And that's another talking point that maybe we can speak about as a topic and issue one of these days. But just to conclude, I believe that a lot of us have lost our way. Just like in the past, a lot of us, we lose our way and we do things that we know is not correct or is not righteous. And, when certain things happen, who do we want to blame? Are the people for our sinful actions? Right? And I just want to hope and trust that for the new year, we will see a decrease in some of the things that plague our country. The high rate of killing, right? That our country was never accustomed to. But I don't know what it is, we're not doing something right, and that's my major concern. So for 2026, I appeal to all Vincentians. If you believe in God, well, do the godly things. And even though you don't believe in God, man, come on. Unless you have lost your sense of purpose and that deeper sense of being a human being and understand what life is all about. I hope and trust that we can come to terms with that, and let us have a better sentence than the Grenadians. I don't want us to repeat. I don't want us as a people to repeat some of those atrocities that we have had, we have done over previous years. Let us go forward as one people, and I hope what I say at least makes some sense to some of us who are living today. Thank you. I know all the best for the new year.
Okay.
All right. Doc, anything you want to say?
Well, you said it was a question too. I'll take both at the same time.
This person was asking, given the difference between belief and truth, how does religion consolidate belief?
It's a tough question. That's for somebody spiritually weak. And let me first of all come to Dave. Dave has always said he wished I was never on any journey in the past in politics, that I should have remained as a medical doctor. Well, I still am a medical doctor, but I don't see patients like that. So I haven't needed or had the need to see anybody, in any way. I think everybody is fine, But, for myself, these last few days, I've had a wonderful Christmas, and the 27th was my birthday, right?
Related.
And my 4 kids are all here in St. Vincent.
Wow.
And my grandkids are here in St. Vincent. And I am in the process of celebrating a wider Thompson family reunion.
Wow.
Over 200 registered individuals for this Thompson family reunion. We have one of the finales tonight.
The reunion is end of year?
Huh?
When is the reunion?
The reunion started on the 23rd, right?
23rd of January?
23rd of December.
Oh, okay.
We had the event on the 24th. We were 9 mornings. We went up on stage the last 9 mornings.
Oh, wow.
And we sang a few things and so forth, invited us up. And then they had breakfast. And then they had, on Christmas Day, we had an event out at the Mangrove, right? A marvelous event. You know what I mean? I was quite surprised how well it went down. And then we've had, I was down in the Southern Grenadines, Tobago Keys. You know something? The Tobago Keys, if you've ever been down there to swim with the turtles, I didn't know there were so many turtles around.
Yeah.
A turtle pop up here and a turtle pop up there. and you try not to touch them, but they're coming up and they're rubbing up against you and so forth. And the grandkids were just amazed by that.
Even the iguanas.
We wanted to go ashore and also see the iguanas, but we didn't get a chance to do that. The water was a little rough on going down. I'd really wanted to also go to Ballysoe, but like I say, Jules had advised me it would have been rough going down there and so forth, tell you the truth. But we had a church service yesterday, and then we went to Beachfront Restaurant and Bar, stung at soccer.
Yeah.
And then went to the Darview Falls, both the lower falls and the upper falls. Now, let me tell you something. I had some water falling on my back, on the nape of my neck. And I'll tell you, all the cold and so forth started coming out. I mean, somebody would say, boy, I ain't going back in the water, or I say that. But I felt cleansed. I felt detoxified.
Yeah.
And tonight we're having a big banquet and so forth at a specific location, and then, over the next couple of days, we're having other events where we donating some stuff down to the Chateaublair Hospital and Government School, because most of the Thompsons have hailed from the Chateaublair area. So, that is what has inspired me today. That what put a smile on my face. Having your 4 kids around, your 4 grandkids around, I mean, tell you something, people could say other things, people could ask other questions. As Jules has said, having a focus in life, that level of harmony, and that level of balance, that Caribbean feng shui, as I put it, has really put a smile on my face and make me feel good. In spite of what's happening around the world, or in spite of what I might notice here in St. Vincent, I feel at ease, I feel calm, and, there's no stress on my mind, as you say, currently. It might happen, but I'm really fine. The last question there, I'm not sure I can really answer that in terms of giving a proper definition. I'm sure I'll be wrong, and there may be a need for someone else who could better answer that type of question. And so, in that regard, I want to apologize to that person who texted in that question there.
All right, Doc. We're getting closer to wrapping up time. Any final word you want to say to, your friends, your family?
Boy, I tell you something. Well, tonight...
I know it's going to be long.
No, it's going to be short. Tonight, this evening, we're having a banquet, a Thompson family banquet. But I also want to express all my friends here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I really want to wish you a very happy New Year, because I may not be back before the New Year. No, actually, I'm not sure when Wednesday is. I might have an opportunity on Wednesday night.
Okay. You coming back Wednesday?
But Wednesday night is
Wednesday night.
It's Christmas Eve. Is New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
it's
New
all
Year's
Eve.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be in, but I'm gonna try and be in. But wherever stream
no help matters.
StreamYard is so good these days. You could be in Brazil, you could be in London, you could be in Chateaubriand, you could be
right there with
anywhere.
us.
You could be in your home and still. It's a wonderful one. I might try that rather than coming in down in the studio. But by that time, my kids would have gone back. And I'm one of those. I want to wish the new government of St. Vincent and Grenadines well. I want to also wish all those persons who have supported the Unity Labour Party well. I want to wish really and truly, collectively, all persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the very best for 2025. And you said it. Nobody really wants to see anything bad happen. I really hope that from a regional, international point of view, war doesn't break out in the Caribbean, doesn't disrupt the lives, trade, cargo coming down from the Panama Canal or Mobile or Florida or South Carolina down to St. Vincent, and that our lives are not really disrupted in the way that could really be the case. And I'm really hoping that we remain a zone of peace, and that the Caribbean is known for that, and the scars that might come from anything don't really puncture what is recognized means and is all about. So with that, Maka, you're saying don't be too long. I deliberately...
I should have tell you to be long.
You tell me to be long. You wanted me to be long. If you tell me to be long, I would have been short.
Maybe.
Yes, all right. Thank you very much.
All right, Doc. I haven't seen any bottle of gin come, but it's all right.
You mean WEFM is giving me one, you mean?
No, I mean you bringing a bottle of gin.
Oh, I thought WEFM would bring me one as
Yeah.
We didn't have the Christmas thing this year and so forth. I thought you're gonna do something, pull a rabbit out of the hat, pull up under the table, management and say, "Hey, Doc, here, take this."
No, we could offer you a drink. Right, Raji? We could offer you a drink.
But you have stuff in the back.
We have stuff in the fridge, man.
Oh Lord, give me the whole thing. I want a drink, man. I want the whole.
It's Bitter Lemon Plus, eh?
Bitter Lemon Plus.
Yeah, or Ginger Ale Plus. You said it.
I using that one from the one to I using that one from the one to we're drinking the
Ginger
Ale
Lemon
Plus.
Plus. Cocktail Plus. A Ginger Ale Plus. Anyway, we're gonna wrap things up. Thank you, Doc, so much. Enjoy the rest of the holidays, and of course, all the best for 2026. All right, with the kind compliments of Flo.
Season even merrier. Switch to a Flow prepaid combo plan and we'll give you a 30-day plan absolutely free. That's a whole month on us. 36 gigabytes of data, unlimited calls and texts, plus all the social media and WhatsApp you need to share every festive moment. Plus, spin the wheel for even more prizes. Switch to Flow prepaid today and get your next combo on the house. Sign up in-store today or visit online at discoverflow.co. We keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
The place to shop this holiday is CK Graves. 100% Vincent. If you're looking for ham to buy and turkey to bake, just shop down at CK Graves. Lad, tune, phrasing and current to go in your